Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see, the Pandas taking on the #1 team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with the offense lining up for a first down play. The toss sweep to the right. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on and they wear this defense down.
Off play action. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Trying to get to it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Firing to the right, complete. Stopped after making the catch. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And the big fella showing off the hands a little bit. He's a guy that you use him for blocking a lot, but showing the versatility there with the catch in the first down.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? Having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Now on the move. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Made a defender miss. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, just keeps firing. Makes the catch, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels,
and that pass picked off. Looking for more room. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Handoff from the shotgun. At the 35, he's loose. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. That's caught. It's Washington. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Finds his big tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots in zones. You got to get him involved.
Got his man on the right. He stopped quickly, but not before he has enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
He'll just keep slinging it. Catch in the middle, it's Hussein. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
You've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. That's caught. It's Hussein. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. LSU will get a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. He's looking to throw. Slips away, and the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Gets it out quickly. Knocked off his feet. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones.
He uncorks one deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Looks as if they'll stay aggressive here. They go 5 wide on 2nd and 3. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. He's got his man. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built.
Oh, he wants it all. And it's caught inside the 15. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, Dave. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. He's looking to throw. He's going to let it go. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the grab on the right. Oh, look out! Touchdown, LSU! And the route is on.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, the hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll throw it on first down. Zings it complete to the right.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Trying to beat the D deep. And it's caught inside the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now, 1st and 10 from the 22.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They go to the ground. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Here on third down, will they go back to the running game? From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown LSU! And the beatdown has ensued. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had them.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
And they'll down this one at about... The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback
trying to get behind the defense. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, Dave. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit.
Unloads it downfield. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide out in motion. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away to find some room. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Now, 4th down.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.